welcome, welcome, welcome. It's your girl V from Drinking Tea with V, and today we have another mid-year check-in, vision board check-in, and we have another special guest. This is let me see, part two? Yes, part two. And we have our lovely Angie, who also attended a vision board event. You want to say a little bit more about yourself? Introduce yourself to the people. Introduce yourself, girl.
Lord, where do I start? Let me see. My name is Angelique. I live in the Netherlands for 14 years now. I studied hospitality management and also financial management, and I continued along that course. And now I am self-employed through AC Interim Financials and starting a second venture now with 721 Fusionz. So that's a bit about.
Nice. So you're the girl out there like just for the financials part, then coming in with the 721 Fusionz. But how have you been? How have you? I know everybody is like fully caught up with the whole Corona thing going on. So how have you been? How has it been to you?
Well, to be honest, to me it was a blessing in disguise because I have a very busy life. So for me, it was like a good couple of months to be relaxed, work from home. Of course, I'm accustomed to working from home, but now it was kind of different. I got more time to reflect and deal with myself and also to refocus on my goals and my visions. And of course, with the vision board that we made as well, that helped. So for me, it was really, yeah, I would say I enjoyed the quarantine.
Have you really been quarantining though? Because some people I see some people out here in these streets like
Girl,
ain't nothing going on.
to be honest, no. I a conspiracy theorist, so I have my own levels of how I actually see this whole thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm keeping safe, of course, still, but for
Mm.
the most part, I'm trying to live my life. So
Okay. Okay. I mean, conspiracy theories. I don't know if it's necessarily conspiracy because we've been hearing conspiracies that are actually really true.
mhm.
So I mean, but that's a whole other topic. Let's not true. Because I have my own thoughts on it too,
Mhm.
and to some extent, I can see how it is a virus, most likely. Yes or no? I don't know.
Mm. It's
But it
something.
could be a virus. But I'm
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, if this is a respiratory virus that is just a respiratory virus like all others, then we don't necessarily need a vaccine. And
Hmm.
to be honest, the type of virus it is, for those who don't know, y'all, I have a biological background as well. I did biology and business. So all of the whole background, I went like, find out more, find out more, find
Yeah.
out more. And the type of virus it is, an RNA virus that really, it mutates a lot, similar like the flu. That's why
Hmm.
even if you have a vaccine, is usually like about a year behind
Hmm.
with mutations and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, this we should be okay. We should
Yeah.
be okay. But anyway, let me not. I have a lot to say on that topic, but I don't want to stray away.
Me and you both.
Like a lot.
We can go back and forth for like days on top of this topic. So.
Yes, for real, for real, for real. But let's go back on topic. So
Hmm.
2020, people have been out here like, oh yes, 2020, 2020 vision, clear sight. I mean, how have you experienced that? Has that been one of your slogans? Has that been a thing for you or not?
Well, for me, I don't really focus on the year. I focus on the goal. So
Mm-hmm.
it's more of I just see 2020 as just another step in my time frame of accomplishing what I need to accomplish. So
So it's just
so
like
far,
just
sorry,
another block of time.
exactly. So I would say so far it has been very, how you say, enlightening, eye-opening, very confrontational for myself. So that is so far what 2020 has been for me, I would say.
True, true, true. I mean, like, do you feel like it's just another block of time, or do you like a little time pressure, or do you just like, okay, no, this I'm putting in front of me, I'm just go in for this goal right now. Next time I'll see what comes after that, and after that, how do you go about with your goal setting?
Well, okay. So I actually I have a whole book with all type of things written down in it. So that's why I said I don't really focus on time. I focus on the goal. So I structure it in a way that is more realistic to accomplish based
Mm-hmm.
on, where I'm currently in life. So for instance, with starting my first company, it was more so that was more of a time constraint type of goal because I was working for a nonprofit organization at the time and they were restructuring. So I had two choices. I either, you know, continue doing what I was doing or actually pick up my book that I have all these things written down in and pick the first one, which was the financial part, and actually go towards it. So that's exactly what I did. So yeah, for me, it's like I said, it's more based on the current period than the
Mm-hmm.
actual, um, how you say
Block of time.
exactly.
Okay. So would you consider yourself a go with the flow type person, or would you consider yourself more of a structured person?
I'm a mix.
Like the
I
most of us.
yeah, I am a mix. Like
But which side you have more tendency towards?
I would say the more go with the flow because that's just my natural person. I don't like
Mm.
stress. I don't like anxieties. I really stay away from the things that would how you say negatively impact what I'm trying to accomplish. So for me, going with the flow always will keep me more in line with myself, of course, and keeping the checks and balances in place. What I know that what I need to continue on the path that I am currently on. So if
Okay. Okay. Go with the flow. Go with the flow. I feel like I'm a go with the flow person, but I'm kind of yes and kind of not. If I
mm,
had to talk about myself, I feel like I give myself structure so that I have time to be spontaneous, if that makes
mm,
sense.
mm,
So I have a plan in order to be to be spontaneous. I know, like okay, if I have to do this and that, okay, then I know what I give myself a chance to figure out what the priorities are, and then I could move along from there.
mm,
But I like your way too. I feel like I started adopting more of that. I'd be like, okay, I know what I already have in my head. Then let's see where this goes. And then I like a little pressure
mm.
sometimes
You do,
because I
yeah,
could.
you do need it though. So me, when I say go with the flow, I also have a little small part that need to remain structured as well because we live in the Netherlands where everything is revolved around structure too.
Mm,
So it's really a balance of the
balance.
yeah.
It's still a balance. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's still a balance. Well, like you say, in first instance, I think you had it right. You're more go with the flow. That's your natural nature, but then you still at least have that block of
Yeah.
structure. So
Yeah.
yeah, everybody has their percentages,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, whatever works. I would say stick to whatever works for you.
Right?
Exactly, exactly. Some people think, well, I used to be. Some people think I'm really A type and be like, okay, no, 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 like everything has to have a time, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, okay, no, we have a time, so then we could chill out after.
That makes sense.
But anyways, so have you done a vision board before? Have you made a vision board before?
Before the event,
Yeah.
not how you say tangibly. It was always in my head, like if that makes sense. I always like structure like okay, this is what I want, and then just keep it in there. But to actually put it on paper,
Hmm.
that was
But you also said you have a book though
mm-hmm.
that you write things down in. So is that like what would you call that then?
I call that my manifestation journal.
Mm-hmm.
So
Your manifestation journal. Okay, okay. I was
it
actually talking to somebody and they were telling me that they actually do it that way too. So I'm actually curious. There is no one good way about it because I have several different ways in which I do my manifestations as well.
mm-hmm.
So to each their own. This vision board is like a tangible part of it because I'm
Yeah.
also a very visual person, but I have other visual cues that are not necessarily just on a vision board.
Mhm.
So, but I'll get into that another time.
All
So
right.
this journal,
Mm-hmm.
how do you go about doing your journaling? Is it just like whenever you get an idea, or do you block out time and be like, okay, no, I want to figure out, I'm doing some reflecting, I want to figure out where I'm going with my life? Do you
Mm-hmm.
have those epiphany moments, or how does that go?
Well, for me, it's again a mix. So I built a routine around getting up in the morning. Before I do anything, I would just lay in bed and just visualize, for instance. Then I would get up. I have, like I said, I have the journal. So then I will go on my porch with my breakfast sometimes, or not even, and just sit outside and meditate a bit and reflect, and then write in my journal. Or it could be sometimes I get a burst of inspiration and I just run to my book, pick it up, and just start writing in it. Or yeah, ideas always come into me left, right, and center. So every time I go outside, I see something, it comes to me. I will go on my phone, I will write it down in my notes, and then go home and write it in my journal. So it really is a mix of what happens throughout the day as well as my own routine that I build for myself.
Oh, okay. So then you have a daily routine in which you go about just giving yourself time to visualize the day or
Yeah.
visualize the week
Hmm.
or whatever that may be for you.
Yeah. And then I also, how you say, I listen to podcasts as well. Some relating to manifesting, others
Mhm.
to self help, or I read books also, which gives me ideas as well and motivation too. So yeah, it's like I say, it's a real mix of all different types of techniques and information that I get in.
Okay, nice, nice. So with your having done this for the first time, the
Mhm.
vision board event, what was your favorite part of the event?
I would say being in a room with women and a little boy.
Can't
A
forget the little man.
smart one at that. It was very empowering to see like women coming together and actually trying to strive towards achieving their goals, and then just listening to everyone and what they want to accomplish or where they are in life, well, at that time. It was very inspiring, I would say, and also encouraging for me to also step out of my box, because I am a very, I don't want to say introverted because I can be extroverted as well. It's a mix
Mhm.
also, but I'm more
Yeah.
introverted. So it was a push for me to come out of my comfort zone as well, and to realize the person that I am, because I notice how people just perceive me is not how I just actually perceive myself. So it was, how you say, like I said, very enlightening. So it gave me the boost I needed to, just throw myself out there and encourage other women and be an example for other women also.
Nice, nice. So, with you considering yourself predominantly an introvert, do you like or have you attended several of these kind of events where you have just say other people surrounding whatever goal you're going towards? Or is this a first you're like, okay, no, let me try this?
No, I mean, with the work that I do, it's we always have like these events where you have to network and stuff like that, and also being a self-employed person, that I have to connect with all type of different agencies, and sometimes they have, how you say, events towards whatever it is, maybe financial related courses or whatever it could be, then I also have to throw myself in those rooms and just try to blossom and find my way around. So it to be honest with you, it was challenging in the beginning, because then
Uh-huh.
it's so awkward sometimes, you don't know, like, just to walk up to somebody and just start a conversation, or you don't know what to say. Being a Caribbean person too, the easiest thing is to go in the corner of the room and hide, so nobody knows you. So I had to, use those events to really like
To
help build
warm
my
up.
confidence, I would say, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I I was trying to refrain from using the word networking
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like, you know, that puts so much of pressure on people to have to like feel like, okay, and now I have to really go out there and be like, la,
Mm-hmm.
here am
Right.
I, you
Mm-hmm.
know? So I feel you where that is concerned.
Yeah.
When I say I'm a mixture, is like 1% difference between being an introvert and an extrovert.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on who you ask. It's a different answer you're gonna get most
Yeah.
likely. But it also depends on my mood. It depends on the surroundings. It just depends on the, I guess, the whole vibe. What pulls out a little bit more of myself. But
Yeah.
I need my alone time, and
Mm-hmm.
I also need to be around people. So
Mm-hmm.
even though I can, this whole the COVID situation, I was like, y'all, I have no problem with this whatsoever. I have no
Yep.
problem with this. Like being at home, working from home, I am fine. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you log on to your laptop, you be like, okay, we on this platform, that platform,
Mm-hmm.
talk to people, video chat, do all of
Mm-hmm.
these different things. This was the life for me. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I have to. I could have on like sweats on the lower half,
Mm-hmm.
and a nice jacket or whatever up top, and just
Yep.
be presentable up top. I could just
Mm-hmm.
relax.
Yep.
So that was the thing about it. But I'm still happy to hear, for even predominant introvert, that you enjoyed the event as well. But what do you think could have been better about it?
Mm, maybe like a sharing, like you know, like everybody share their story, like why they were there, and
Hmm.
also what their vision board is for them, what they want to accomplish. That's something that could have probably enhanced the whole experience.
For
So.
sure. I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes. No, for real. I'm really taking notes. I'm trying to see like what everybody experienced, what they would like to have more of. I have my own ideas, but I'm like, no, I could have all the ideas I want to, but I want to hear it from you guys who have experienced it, like outside of the organization
Mhm.
aspect of it. So that is definitely a good one. Having everybody to have the time, because previously, in the previous interview, that
Mhm.
came up, say like, we need more time. I mean, so you did pretty quickly.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
finished yours pretty quickly. It was like, yeah, so but
yeah. Because I
yeah.
also know what I wanted too, So it's I think it boiled down to that also.
True, true. When you have a clear vision, and when you like, okay, no, I'm boiling it down to X, Y, and Z, it makes it a lot easier
Yeah.
than still having like, I push people to still like go for their top three.
Hmm.
You could write 10, you could write 15, write how much ever you want, but choose your top three.
Right.
But even in that, I feel like that your point could definitely come back. Like with the more time, I feel like having everybody share a bit more, like
Hmm.
open the floor a little bit more to conversation. That would be really cool.
Yeah.
I like that feedback. I could do something with this. So with you having made your first vision board, what was that like for you? What was that process like for you?
It was how you say confrontational. I don't know if that's the correct word to use. Probably is because that's what I said. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Confrontational because it's sometimes you have things in your head and then you're like when you actually for me was like putting it on paper was like okay so you're really going to do this a lot of talking to myself like how are you going to accomplish this um why do you want to do these things where what in you was your passions what really drives you as a person so it was like a lot of like I said self-talk and also self-motivation and encouragement.
Mm-hmm. So did you feel like it was really confrontational for yourself, or did you feel like it was like a self revealing kind of a situation? Kind
Yeah.
of trying to dig up what's inside to see like, okay, like, is this it? Is it this? Is it that? Is it, what is it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say like yeah. I really think it's like a mix of the both, because why I say confrontation is because I constantly fight myself too with the fact of, you know, you really want this, or you this is just some one of your random ideas again that come to your head, and then it was really like mind boggling at one point. Like I was really confused, like, okay, so what are you going to do? So you put this all down here on the paper, but what does that mean? Because putting something down on a board, anybody can do it, but actually doing the things that you say that you're going to do is a whole nother experience in itself. So
Ooh, child, that is a word in itself. What?
yeah.
She dropping these gems. No, for real, for real. And that that I realized with myself, like early on as well, because like you, I am a person of many ideas.
Mm,
Sometimes I literally wake up in the like in the middle of the night, like I know.
yeah.
Literally, I used to have a notebook next to my bed
Mm-hmm.
just in case, because sometimes I fall back asleep and I wake up and I'm like, I know I had this genius idea. I just can't remember what it
Mm-hmm.
was. So
Mm-hmm.
I try to do that right now. I use my phone. I don't know if that's necessarily the best thing
That's
because I tend to get, a little sidetracked and be like, oh
mm-hmm.
yeah, who sent me what message? And but I try. I'm trying. I can't say I try. I am trying because I'm still in the process of really like letting my phone be sometimes and just really just live in the now and
Yeah.
just be in focus.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So I feel like I'm with you. I'm with you on that because that's what it did for me. So if it's like focus, it puts you to focus.
Mm-hmm.
But reading the do you remember reading the manifestation manual? And what is, without giving away too much, what do you feel like stuck out to you the most out of it?
Mm, I would say make me laugh. That's one. Because it's a whole another thing to read something, and then it's so boring, and you don't really, so it really had a lot of life to it.
Okay.
I think if I could remember well was the page where you, yeah, I can't exactly remember, but I know there was somewhere you asked us to literally like write out um whether it was our goals or something. It was a lot of writing, it was a lot of reading, but I know
Mm-hmm.
it was the point where I had to write down my goals, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
um no, it was 10 things if I could recall good. Yes, right?
It had 10 or 15. I don't remember exactly which part, but
I think it
what you're
was
referring to.
write
But
down
I
these.
think I tend to use 10.
Yeah. So I think it was those 10 things. And when I reached by 9, I was like, wait, I actually have more, you don't have no space to get all things. So yeah, that was the part. Like actually, again, coming out of my head, going back into my other books that I have, and actually
Mm-hmm.
coming with a list of the 10 things that I want to accomplish, for instance. So that right there stood out because again, like I said, it was a lot of, so what you gonna do, sis? Because this is a whole lot of things you're gonna hear, to redirect my thinking, redirect my focus as well to what I actually really want to accomplish. So
Ah, ah. Did you feel like, because I got the feedback saying that it felt like homework. Did it feel like homework to you?
nah, homework is kind of, if you say homework is some kind of negative, I would I wouldn't say homework. I would call it self work.
True, true. Because it's a matter of diving deep.
Mm-hmm.
At least diving deeper than you would from day to day or anything of the sort.
Yeah.
And that was for some people it's a lot easier to do because they
Mm-hmm.
already tend to do it.
Mm-hmm.
For other people, maybe it's just a written format. You like journaling, so I feel like for this for you it was probably like, yeah, give me some more, give me some
Yeah.
more, give me more space. Give me more space to do this. But so I'm just trying to see how everybody is experiencing it. So for you it was just a matter of like, yeah, self-reflection time, focus. Let me actually start thinking like what it is I really want.
Mm.
Okay, okay. But having made the vision board, what did you do with it after?
I put it in my room in a corner, and yeah, that's it. I actually had to buy
Pretty.
a frame to put it in, but what I did though is I think it was like maybe 3 or 4 times I took it out. I looked at it.
Mm,
And then I was like looking at, okay, what I accomplished so far from this whole vision board. And surprisingly, it was a whole good bit of it, including the restaurant, of course.
mm-hmm.
Uh, and then I closed it back, and I felt like this little sense of, accomplishment in a sense. And yeah, so it's been in the corner ever
So you
since.
keep it more like a vault. You already did it, and you're
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, let's go from here. And then
Mm-hmm.
every so often you're like, how far? How far?
Yeah.
Nice, nice. But talking about the restaurant, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, 721 Fusions, repping big, big, big. Love it. Yeah, guys, by the way. I don't know if you know, but we kind of breeze over that, but we're going to hone in on this right now. 721 Fusions. Give us a little bit more of what 721 Fusions is.
All right. For me, this idea came about 10 years ago when I was studying, no, 14 years ago when I was studying hospitality.
Mm,
What I would say that it came from a place of frustration because here in the Netherlands, we as Caribbean people, we don't really have much places that we can go to eat our cuisine, and specifically St. Martin people in general. And of course, we always have to go to our neighbors to, get a slight taste of home. And
mm-hmm.
it's never really the same, and sometimes it's quite disappointing. So, um, being that I also worked as a chef for a couple of years, and I know food, the whole hospitality experience sometimes, like I say, is so disappointing that I was like, you know what? It's time for me to take out this business because I actually had a business plan written 10 years ago also,
Oh wow, you had it fully written already.
fully written. So I took it back out and I started to read through it and think, and I was like, this is exactly what I am missing on the outside. What frustrates me the most is the mere fact that people just take plantain and put it on a dish and call it Caribbean food, for instance, or
Ooh,
or
yes, yes, you're
even
preaching again. You're preaching
yeah,
again.
or oxtail, and or snapper. And I like, come on, people, this is not our authentic Caribbean cuisine. It encompasses a whole lot more that you actually very much so missing out on. So, with 721 Fusions, our goal is to create a space, a safe one of that, and inclusive, where people of all ethnicities can come and enjoy, good food, seasoned food. Let me elaborate on this.
Woo! That
Season.
was I felt like that was a little bit of shade in there. I felt like that was a little bit of shade.
I had have it. Seasoned food, good vibes, and a nice environment with quality service. And that's what we want to give to the Netherlands. And of course, showcase us as St. Martin people because we always in the shadow of the rest of the Antilles, in my opinion.
Mm.
Um, and if people hear St. Martin, all they hear is, oh yeah, so how are you recovering from Hurricane Irma, for instance, or the political turmoil that the place going through right now.
True.
So for me, it is showcasing us as a people through our food, through our culture, through our music, just to make people more acquainted with St. Martin in general. So
Okay, okay. Well, I feel like if we need to, I don't feel like like St. Martin is really super undershadowed, to be honest,
mm-hmm.
because when speaking to people where vacation destinations are concerned, and it St. Martin comes up for sure.
Mm-hmm.
St. Martin Anguilla, especially under the more luxe
Right.
aspect. St. Martin Anguilla definitely is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have a St. Martin Aruba combination right there.
Yeah.
So I know we hear a lot about Aruba, but because Aruba has pushed for recognition a bit longer.
Mhm.
But I feel like St. Martin is up there. I feel like St. Martin is up there. I feel like we as Caribbean St. Martin people, I feel like the focus could be a lot more positive
Mhm.
in that sense, like you said. So I'm like, what better thing than food to really unite us,
Exactly.
bring
Food
us together?
just bring people together.
Food brings people together. I love food. Foodie over here. I love food. So anywhere I got good food, I'm like, yes. And so yeah, coming back to the seasoning part, right?
Mm-hmm.
Child, I felt that in my heart, my soul, my everything. I was like, okay, so for those who are looking and don't really understand what's the underlying topic that we are talking about here, is the fact that in the Netherlands, spices have now, I would say, like in the last 5 to 10 years, become more of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Food tends to be bland. Traditional food tends to be bland. So,
Yep.
in that sense, coming from the Caribbean, coming here, when you're, I mean, I feel like things have progressed to the point where you can find your seasonings in like the tocos,
Mm-hmm.
the international stores, and even some of the bigger supermarket brands now. But before that wasn't the case.
No.
And so when you wanted a piece of home, it was literally like
You had to bring your own what you call that seasoning now? Seasonal and
seasonal going.
adobo. Adobo, yeah, yeah. So but the thing
Mhm.
is though, having seasoning in the shops available and using them are two different things, you know. So
That is so true. Because I like the dried seasonings, but I like
mm,
the fresh seasonings too.
mm.
So I miss Chef. By the way, guys, she did an awesome job. I already tried the food. It was bomb. It was bomb. It was bomb. Like really. The only tip I have for 7-1 Fusions is like if it have more like vegetarian options, please think
Mm-hmm.
about it. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like the fries are fine. Johnny cake, listen. Those pumpkin Johnny cakes though. What? I make Johnny cakes myself too, right? But this pumpkin Johnny cake was live. But anyway, I excited about it. So I suggest make sure you go to 721 Fusions, get your order in so you could talk about it yourself. Don't let
Yep.
it just be me. Don't let it just be coming from Angie. Try it yourself. You need to get with the program.
Exactly.
So
We also have I working on some vegan options. Which will be yeah. I can't say for myself because it's gonna be like a toot in my own harm, but I will just put it out there. Vegan options and vegetarian options are also coming.
okay, nice, nice. I'm happy with that. I haven't been to no, seriously, I literally have not been to a restaurant or eat out since this whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so ordering in was like this came like a gift from heaven. I don't trust all places either.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like just to be safe, especially having around a kid and
Mm-hmm.
having being in contact with people who are also in the zorg in
Mm-hmm.
healthcare.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to make sure, just rule out all kind of different options. But so yeah, a taste of home, and I wasn't leaving, going anywhere, unfortunately. So that was my little vacation. I was there like, okay, no, that's probably Hawaii. No, I was here walking up, going like, hey. I have my happy food dance, and I definitely
Aw,
did my happy food.
well, that's good that you enjoyed it. I'm happy that you did. That's what we're doing it for, actually.
Nice, nice. But so I feel like talking about Saint Martin cuisine
Mm-hmm.
specifically, I feel like I welcome it with both hands because I still feel like if we look at all other islands outside of the Dutch Caribbean islands, I feel like the Jamaican cuisine is something that is very prevalent.
Mm-hmm.
I've had since I've been here, I've had like jerk chicken and
Jerk anything.
all the jerk anythings. Even for somewhere like when they have like the Rotterdam Carnival and blah 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 blah, you kind of find that everywhere, and that's the only representation of the Caribbean cuisine. So I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh.
That's why I said to it come from a place of frustration as well, because when I go out, I like listen people. Jerk is Caribbean, but it's Jamaican, and it does not, you know,
Cover the whole Caribbean.
cover the whole Caribbean. We don't actually, St. Martin, we don't really eat jerk anything. Only, if you
Not
go
really.
to Jamaicans, then you would eat their jerk chicken or whatever. But we have, if you look at it, the Caribbean really is a melting pot of different cuisines from all over. So,
Hmm.
just sticking to one thing because it's safe and it sells, to me, it's kind of playing it too safe. Try, there's so much more that we can offer, and these people taste, that you don't actually have to go to the Caribbean to taste what we have. You can just go to one place
It's
right
a
here
more inexpensive option.
as well. Affordable Caribbean food, because also the price in some places that the seafood where you get is like,
But I find for the quality that is given, it's, I mean, we kind of talking about this a while, but listen, it's because it's good, okay? Let is you could toot your own horn. I'm a toot that horn with you. But no, for real. I've been in contact with some people and I'd be like, oh yeah, we were talking about, of course, it always ends with Caribbean people, it always ends up with food. And then I'm like, yeah, child, you should check out. Yeah, but I ain't in the area. Well, I come into Den Haag and then and then and then. I was like, well, just hit them up. Know when you come in, you have to order from before, but that's okay.
mm-hmm.
You could ask for like the address where you can pick up, blah blah blah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. So I was like, there you go, there you go.
Oh,
I
that's
love sharing. Once it's good, I'm a share it with the world. I'd be
right.
like, yoo-hoo, over
Mm-hmm.
here.
Yep.
But so you had this. You said you had it in your journal, in your book. Did it end up on your vision board as well?
Yep, I did.
Ooh, child. I think that was a. I feel like that was a like the little pressure cooker. You know, you put your oxtails in a pressure cooker to make it. I feel like that vision board kind of was like the pressure cooker. Like, okay, no.
It probably was, yeah.
But what caused you to still? I mean, you already said that you had your own ideas about the whole situation,
Mm-hmm.
but what caused you to launch it in the midst of what people consider to be chaos and crisis?
To be honest with you, um, knowing how the economy work and financial world work, this is just one of those things that just happen and we're gonna move past it again. And if you look at the last pandemic, the Uber was one of those companies that launched through the last financial crisis, and look at them now, for instance. So for me, I am not a person that focuses on negativity, and that's one of the things that I feel is negativity. If
Mm-hmm.
you do that, then you always would have these like roadblocks stopping you from achieving what you want to achieve. So for me, it's like, okay, it's been 10 years already, you know I could do two things. I can put it back in the vault and leave it be, and continue to walk around here irritated by every place with so-called Caribbean food, or I can, actually do what I want to do and not leave the current economic circumstances stop me, because people always have to eat. That's one thing. You need food and you need shelter. So, regardless of what, people tend to order. It all boils down to how you structure your menu, how you price your items. If you notice, the specials are always never more than 10 euros.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, there are some specials coming that would be more because it's depending on, the makeup of the menu. But I
Yeah.
always try to keep the menu items within affordable pricing that anybody can reach. If you decide you have only 20 euros this weekend, but you want oxtail plate, for instance, you just buy one, 12.50, you got 7.50, leave back to do whatever you need to do with it. So
True, true.
yeah, so that's basically where I stand when it comes to your question.
To it. Yeah, I love it. Because like you said, people need to eat anyways. So in that sense, it's like one of those staple things. Coming back to finances, is
Mm-hmm.
one of those staple things. Is like food, shelter, real estate.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, well, I feel like maybe because the way in which you I love the way in which you did it anyways, because now you don't have like a an expensive empty restaurant,
Mm-hmm.
so it's just takeaway, so people could, or delivery in a sense, and that is perfect, especially now. I feel like that is fine,
Yeah.
so you
But we
don't
still
have the
in the process of building.
cost.
For now it's how you say from my house, but
Mm-hmm.
we building towards actually opening somewhere small but impactful. So it's a choice between having a ghost restaurant, which is a new thing where you just deliver and you come and pick up but no seating, or we do small seatings, or create a lounge area. But that's something that we still busy assessing now with the whole. Of course, we have to take that into consideration as well, because you don't want to have somewhere where you're paying a high rent and nobody coming
That
into.
part, yeah, that part.
So that's why we started like this now, that just on the weekends from home, no overhead costs or those things, and from there we
Mm-hmm.
just building towards um, yeah, I would say a space that fits our goals and ambitions.
True, true. And for those people who are also about sustainability, I was pleasantly surprised, I must say. I pay attention to the details of things. I we spoke about this off camera, but
Mm,
speaking about it now, I feel like this is also an important point that we didn't touch on yet. And the packaging, delivery, everything. I felt like I'm like, oh yeah. I feel like the mindset behind it is awesome, in the
mm-hmm,
sense of that it's being looked at in a sustainable way too.
mm-hmm,
Because if we need to look at St. Martin, how St. Martin was for, I mean, not this year's carnival, but last year for the big celebration and stuff, the place was a mess. I mean, we've seen this before, but it's becoming more top of mind.
mm-hmm,
So I feel like in certain instances, I see certain places, and my decision, actually, if I'm really honest, if I'm not starving to the point where I'm like, I need to eat now,
mm-hmm.
sometimes I choose not to do certain takeouts because of the amount of plastic and styrofoam and everything that it comes with.
Yep.
Because I feel like it's my responsibility to be aware of, and also vote with my money where that's
Mm-hmm,
concerned.
mm-hmm.
So I was pleasantly surprised that of the sustainable packaging, I must say.
Yep. That's something what me and my team spoke about in the beginning. Was like, okay, when we're talking about packaging, what we want to do. So I told them I am a avid environmentalist. I will call myself self-proclaimed environmentalist. Then I yeah, like when I see what it's doing to the animals, for instance, when I watch certain documentaries, or how wasteful we are as human beings, and I include myself in there too, because we you still have your little smaller things that you do as well, that you know
Yeah,
you can help,
convenience.
just can't help. Yes. So I was thinking that okay, it might cost a bit more, and we also weren't thinking on okay, what is the cheapest alternative? No, we was thinking what is the best alternative for everyone, the world, and ourselves. So looking at the packaging, we was like, okay, what are we going to do? So we went and we found combustible food platings. We
Mm-hmm.
found recycled bags. The logos were also made from recycled paper. Um, we can't help but use plastic, because to be honest with you, using the plastic forks and the plastic cutlery, then in a sense, because the
Mm-hmm.
ones that are made from paper are not good quality and
Mm-hmm.
they taste nasty. So we were also thinking of okay, if we do that, then people might complain and say, hey, the food tastes weird or something. So it really is back and forth, but we still continuously trying to find ways on which how we can best optimize and use the best packaging that we can use. So
True, true. Oh, thinking about that, talking about the cutlery, I it just dawned on me,
mm-hmm.
and I thought about it before, but now I'm like, oh yeah, I remember. maybe you can even give an option of whether people want to even have the cutlery or not,
That could.
especially like it's takeout. Because I
Mm-hmm.
got it and I was like, oh, but I don't really need it, so
Mm-hmm.
I didn't throw it away, but I
Right.
just tucked it apart just in case I wanted to go on a picnic
Mm.
and have something you know to use.
Right.
But I figured, hey, you could maybe even add that option of choice if people want cutlery or not.
That's a
Especially now
good.
that it's takeaway, then it and if it's coming home, I
Mm.
mean,
Yeah, yeah. You should have cutlery in your house. If you don't, then
I supposing that's the case. You know, some people do the whole plastic plates and stuff like that at home too. So I'm about that life,
that's
but I feel like there's where you can even cut back on the plastics
true.
that are being used.
Mm-hmm.
It
That's
just
true.
came to me. It just dawned on me. So I'm like, maybe that's an option.
That's a good option. Excuse me, my little
Yeah.
furry ball is making noise.
He should make an entrance.
Well, she outside now because if she were here, she'd be all up in through the car.
So cute.
Yeah,
I love dogs. I love dogs. I like not all, most of the furry ones.
yeah.
Most.
You're right to say not all because they got some there that just.
No. She wants to join in the is she or he?
Is a she.
Well, she wants to join in the conversation too. It's like
Yeah.
it's taking too long.
No, she has to outside. She gonna.
Make too much noise.
Yeah, she really is like all loving for attention and whatnot. So.
Okay, but we're rounding up in a bit. But before we close off and go, the
Mhm.
sustainability is definitely one point that I'm like, yes. Is there anything else that you took into consideration for 7 to 1 fusions that is part of your overall goals or that you're aiming for?
To provide quality food, and also to put a twist on things. Um, we could have just make basics, and let me not say basic, we could just stick to the norm and just create what everybody accustomed to, but we took it upon ourselves to actually go the extra mile. So a lot of our food is, I would say, um, really top notch, if I must say that myself. Again, I'm not tooting my horn, but just knowing the work that we do in the background,
Mm-hmm.
um, it is really like, yeah, real restaurant type of food. But again, really going diving into the details of the taste of the food. How we pair things together,
Yeah.
how we create the menu. Uh, it really is something that we really just
It's like you could have done, for instance, one of my favorites,
mhm.
um, one of my many favorites. But the sorrel barbecue, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Excuse me? Sorry.
Yeah.
And yo, it was like almost a fight here. So like, you have some more. Like, I like, listen, don't talk to me. Don't ask me. You have your own. You finished yours. No. I was not cheering. And I love the part, you know what I love too? The fact that if I just wanna like I would say snack or whatever. But if I want to try different things, like different mains, but I don't want to have like full platters,
Hmm.
that you could just take the like the wings or the oxtail or the jackfish. You don't
Hmm.
have to take a plate. You could just take
Hmm.
that and then take a plate and
Yeah.
then have the combination if you want to. So
Hmm.
that child, child. So if I want to have my cake and eat it too, I don't have to go with full plates on everything. I
Yeah.
could just take one plate and then go, I want this too, and I want that too, and I want.
Yeah. Because it all boils down again to what we was thinking too, like, wait, somebody actually want to just taste. So just like what you said, they should
Yeah,
be able to, instead of having, again, like you said, ordering a full plate of food and then you have all this rice or the salad or all or whatever, which you might eat, but it's still wasteful. So why not just, choose the items that really like tickle your fantasy a bit and go from there.
yeah. I love how y'all think. I love how y'all think. It's working for me. It's it's definitely working for me. But let me see. Let me. I want to keep this like slightly, I don't want to, I want to go totally overboard where time is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about the 721 Fusions. It was on
Mm-hmm.
your vision board. You were
Mm-hmm.
like, nah, I've had this idea for 10 years now. It's like, I put this on this vision board. So, listen, we have to do something.
Yeah.
And so y'all already launched, loving the ideas for expanding in the future. But for right now, this is really awesome that it even got launched,
Mm-hmm.
because I really like to see that people, despite circumstances, despite crises, that people still go and still follow their heart, still go for their visions.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would you say? What would you say fast tracked you to the execution part?
I would say my girlfriend found this. She had this book called The Secret, and then she found the show on Netflix, and then she put it on. She was like, "We need to watch this." I was like, "We don't need to do anything, but okay, I will join the." So then we was watching it, and I was like, "So wait, what the thing that I was talking about again? I don't know if you watched The Secret already or you read the book."
Yeah, I have.
So what it was talking about, and then how you could manifest things and whatnot, but also for the mere fact of me working in finance, I would say finance was always my second love, and
Oh, okay.
hospitality, cooking was always my first. But it's because of how life happened, I decided to do the financial part first.
Mm-hmm.
So what actually fast tracked me to do this now is that, okay, one, I don't want to be dependent on one income, and that happened because of COVID. Not to say that I was impacted by it, I was not, but the mere fact to see how it you know impacted other people around me and stuff. So I was like, I actually really much don't want this to be my case. And then I was like, okay, so again, going on Thursday, so her delivery or wherever else, order food that was frustrating, and I was like, you know what, let me just do this. Let me just stop having the fear of the unknown, because
Mm-hmm.
I had to tell myself too, that was never your person. You was never somebody that was afraid to do anything. You always go after your goals. You always accomplish everything that you want to accomplish for the most part. So
Yeah.
just do it.
Mm-hmm.
You could. It's two things you can. No, actually, I told myself there's one. You always learn a lesson, whether it is successful or unsuccessful in whatever way. You always learn something from the experience. So just go ahead and learn along the way, and always make sure to, not trample on people and take. So my whole team is taking everybody opinions into consideration and stuff like that. So I would say probably COVID fast tracked the whole thing, which sounds very weird because people would be like, shit, that would have stopped me from doing it. But no, it pushed me towards it. So yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. I love to hear. I love to hear that. I love to see that. Um, there's this saying that goes as follows. That, oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, sure.
There was a reminder that was popping up that I was trying to swipe away, and that didn't go so good. But I'm back, and so what I was talking about was the fact that people see a crisis as tend to see a crisis as negative. The
Mhm.
point is things are being reshuffled, and you can either take the take and see the opportunities, or see and then take the opportunities to then do something,
Yeah.
or you could stay and just panic and be like,
Yeah.
so
Oh,
I love the fact that it still catapulted you into
mhm.
into doing this, because it is awesome. Again, sorry, I
That's fine. I know you actually gave me some more motivation, some boosting, so I appreciate it really and truly.
you're welcome. You're welcome. But definitely, I feel like this is a platform for especially Caribbean people, not only Caribbean people, but I have a love for my people, and so I'm biased. and I get to be biased. It's my
Yep.
party. I do what I want to.
Mm-hmm.
So I love seeing people, my Caribbean people, doing awesome stuff. So I'm just here cheering you on, like go girl, hey, hey, hey. So any last words? Oh wait, before we go to any last words, um, just on the whole, would you recommend a vision board event a la drinking tea with V, with the vision, with the manifestation manual and the whole process, the whole process? Would you recommend that to anybody?
Yes, I definitely would, because sometimes, um, living in this world with so much of noise, sometimes you just need something to help you, bring your focus back. If you want it, of course, bring your focus back to where you need it to be. So I would say yes, I would definitely tell the whole world, like, go and do a vision board, especially with drinking tea with V, because it was, and of course I want to say it led me to where I'm at now. So it gave me the push that I needed. So yes.
I can't take any credits for this. I am just here to be a catalyst. I am not doing the work. Like I say, like I tell people, listen, I'm like a gym. You could subscribe, you could get all the information, all the tools, all the everything. If you don't work out, boo boo, it ain't gonna
Mhm.
work out for you.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I'm just here to be a catalyst, to give tools, to help hone in people to know, like, okay, focus, here is where you're going. Is this what you want to do? Well, I could help you do this and that. Go through the mental process of getting it done. But
Mm-hmm.
boo boo, this is all on you at the end of the day.
Yep, that's
All
true.
on you. So for the socials, where can people get in contact with you? How can they get in contact with you guys?
Well, you can find us through our 721 Fusionz Instagram page or on Facebook. And our website is currently being built. So once that's done, then we will share that as well. All the information is there. You can find how to place an order. You can find how to contact us. We have a telephone number and we have an email address as well. So all the information is on our platforms.
Nice, nice. So make sure you go and you follow them, get in contact with them, get all your munchies, all your goodies, all your everything. It have desserts. It have. Oh, I want to try out um the soursop.
Sorbet,
It again. Sorry.
the sauce of sorbet.
Yes, the soursop sorbet. That's next on my list. And then the Johnny Cake burger as well.
Mm.
And I think it's still going to have to go for the the sorrel barbecue, the sorrel barbecue wings. I'm
Well,
scared. I'm like, I don't eat as much meat anymore.
mm,
But when the cycle come back around for me to, like, okay, I'm a binge on some meat, then that's I already have that, like, okay, I already have my menu set. When it's time to order, I'm like, this is what I want.
that's good. So when you're ready, leave us know, yeah? We're
Yeah,
gonna
for
pick it up.
sure. So go and follow 721 Fusionz. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel as well. Put on the
Yes.
notification bell, because some people tell me, like, yeah, but I haven't seen you post anything, blah blah blah. Put on the notification bell, because the way how algorithms work, y'all know how that tends to go. So
Mm-hmm.
make sure you put it on so you get a notification when there's a new video. And that is it for today. I even had my you see, I was so excited. I tend to have drinking tea with tea. I was having more of a iced tea. Today was this is peach raspberry. Awesome.
Mm.
But I'm gonna drink that in a second. But I was really excited for this
Aw.
interview. So I was like, yay! But yes, thank you for joining me here today
Thank
for
you for
this vision board check-in. I hope you had as much fun as I did.
of course I did. Yes, yes, yes.
Sharing the information, sharing all the goodness with all the peoples. So definitely feel free to share it with your people. So,
Will do.
and I'm gonna share it with mine. And we need to make sure that we support our people.
Mhm.
If you want, listen, my thing is, don't complain. Don't complain if you don't support.
Yep.
Because people tend to complain and like, yeah, but I wanted Caribbean food, blah, 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 blah. Well, there are options now. And I've seen another one pop up somewhere more further down south. And I'm like, yes,
Mm.
yes, this is what we need. But I think that one is more of a with a Caribbean background, so they have like more of the tutu and all of those kind of things.
Okay, yeah.
Listen, if you want Saint Martin Caribbean cuisine, elevated cuisine at that.
Yeah, that, yeah.
Elevated cuisine, be sure that that you support. You vote with your I would wanted to say dollars, but you vote with your euros. So know every time you spend somewhere, if you could support, why not? And
Yeah.
your taste buds gonna love you for it.
Yeah.
Anyways, be fabulous, stay fit, have a fantabulous week, and we will catch you guys soon. Mwah. Bye. Let's see.